Hi, it's Karen with the Kat Scrappiness design team, and today I'm going to show you a new series of dies from Kat Scrappiness called Stitched Zig Zag dies. We have 6 different sets. We have ovals, squares, borders, rectangles, hearts, and circles. First up, we have the Zigzag border dies. These are 3 different dies. They measure approximately 5.5 inches long, so it will fully expand over a A2 size card. It has the zigzag feature on each side and then stitching detail on the inside. You kind of have a V shape, a curved shape, and then this one is a slight curved shape. Here is what they look like cut out. As you can see, this expands the full length of an A2 size card. So for my example today, I used this slightly curved one, cut it out of some pink cardstock, and placed it behind this strip to make this card. Next, we have the Stitched Zigzag heart dies. This includes 4 different dies. Your largest die is about 4 inches wide, and the smallest one is about 3/4 inch wide. Here's what they look like cut out. I've cut them each out and then stacked them. And then I've created a shaker card. So I used the 3rd largest die, cut it out of a piece of pattern paper, and used the offset to create a shaker card. For this card, I used the Neon Barbie sequence mix from Kat Scrappiness. She has a ton of different sequences to make some great shaker cards. Next up, we have the Stitched Zigzag rectangle dies. This includes 6 different dies. The largest one is 4 by 5.25 inch, and the smallest one is a 1/2 inch by 1 3/4 inch. Here's what they look like cut out, and the largest one fits nicely on a A2 size card, leaving a small border around the edges. You can also create a frame using this. So for this one, I cut out one of the zigzag dies and then used a regular rectangle die and cut the center out to make so that this can be used as a frame on a card. For this card, I did just that. First of all, I used the largest one, cut it out of some pattern paper. Then I created a frame using a smaller die and then a rectangle die in the middle to create this frame around my focal point in the card. For the next set, we have the circle dies. So there are 6 different dies here. The largest one measures 4.5 inches wide, and then the smallest one measures about 3/4 inch wide. Here's what they look like cut out and stacked up against each other. So I created this card. I used the smallest die and cut out several pieces of blue cardstock in an ombre and then layered them on the card in an ombre effect to create this cute card. Next, we have the Stitched Zigzag square dies. This contains 6 different dies, the largest one measuring 4 inches and the smallest one measuring 3/4 inch. Here's what they look like cut out and stacked on each other. For this card, I used the second to the smallest die, cut it out 4 times, stamped on it, did some coloring, and then added that to a card. So for this one, I used the second to the largest square on this card, and I also used the circle zigzags to create this card. And last but not least, we have the oval dies. This contains 5 different dies, the largest one being about 4 inches tall and 3.25 wide. The smallest one being 1 3/4 tall and then 3/4 inch wide. Here I've cut them out and layered them. For this card, I used the second to the largest oval die, stamped on it and watercolored it. For this card, I also used the rectangle Stitched Zigzag die. These are now available in the Kat Scrappiness shop. I'll have links down below to each of these new items Here are some close-up of the cards I made using the Stitched Zig Zag dies. Thanks for watching. Bye.